eliminated, unfortunately for them. But he's back now, and he got a hat-trick yesterday as they beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 5-0, and that means they are champions. Well, you've got to say well done, RB Leipzig. They fought hard, but it's really not enough for them as Bayern Munich are champions. And in England, Manchester City have got to wait. Chelsea put their champagne on ice when they beat them 2-1 at the Etihad Stadium. And then yesterday, if Aston Villa had beaten Manchester United, then Manchester City would be champions. But unfortunately for them, they were beaten by Manchester United. Manchester United, and you've got to say well done to them. They've done this several times. Many times they have been behind, but they have managed to come back and win that game. They are on the verge of creating a record of consecutive away wins. I think Arsenal has that record at the moment, and Manchester United just one win away from equaling that. So we'll see what they will be able to do. So Manchester City, they are not champions just yet. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says, well, it is good that I will not be returning to a Blue Army celebration when he gets to the city of Manchester. You know, both of them are from the same city. So the celebration delayed for just a bit. But for West Bromwich Albion, it is confirmed now they are relegated. Arsenal beat them yesterday, and that means that it is now all over for them. Sam Allardyce, for the first time in his career, he has been relegated with a team. He's managed to escape 3 times before with 3 different teams, but fortunately this time it did not work out, and so he has been relegated. The Nigerian Professional Football League is back. The Nigerian National League is also on, but for Bendel Insurance, their game had some issues. There was fan trouble, and so that match was halted in the 76 minutes. We'll get into that shortly. Plus also the relegation playoff, NWFA relegation playoff that's taking place right here in Benin City at the University of Benin Sports Complex. Give you all the details in a bit. In Formula One, Lewis Hamilton is reigning supreme. He won yesterday at the Spanish Grand Prix, although Max Verstappen did his best to stay with him, but it just unfortunately did not work out, and Max Verstappen eventually finished second. And in tennis, well, a bit of a surprise in the women's Madrid Open final, because Arina Zabalenka defeated Ashley Barty, but for the men, it was Alexander Zverev who won against Matteo Berrettini. Plus, what's going on in the world of basketball, everything you get right here on 92.7 KUFM, Benin City. Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Abracadabra because I bring magic to sports presentation and analysis. Egosa Egbekan, the sports maestro, is also here. Also, in our usual fashion, we're going to start from home, and let's talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League. We saw March in the 20, practically all of them, just one match left. Enyimba, their fixture, unfortunately, we could not have that. So let's look at the results of the matches that we played over the weekend in the Nigerian Professional Football League.
All right, the Nigerian Professional Football League game was played on Saturday, and that was the Jigawa Golden Stars who defeated Lobby Stars 2-1. Then on Sunday, FC Fanyinba at home were beaten by MFM FC 3-0. Aqua United had enjoyed a 2-1 win over Sunshine Stars. Rivers United defeated Dakada FC 2-0, while Enyimba International at home lost to Rangers 2-0. Plateau United were 2-1 winners over Abia Warriors. Nasarawa United 2, Kwara United 1, Katsina United trashed Wiki Tourists 5-1. Adamawa United at home were beaten 1-0 by Heartland, while Warri Wolves and Kano Pillars played at a 1-0 draw. The way it stands, Aqua United are now top with 37 points from 20 matches. Kano Pillars are second, 37 points from 20 games. Then you had Kwara United, who are now third with 36 points from same number of games. The Rivers United occupy 4th spot with 35 points. And then the Rangers are fifth with 33 points, while Nasarawa United occupies 6th spot with 33 points as well. Okay, looking at the bottom four, Warri Wolves are 17th with 20 points from 20 matches. Sunshine Stars 18th, 19 points from 20 games. FSC Fanyumba 19th, 17 points from 20 matches, while Adamawa United remain bottom with 12 points from 20 games.
All right, so that's how it is in the Nigerian Professional Football League, and they said they are going to continue with the league and get to the end. So we'll see how they will be able to do it. But you know, it's interesting following them and seeing what's going on right now. Okay, from the Nigerian Professional Football League, let's go to the Nigerian National League. We had some matches too over the weekend, and let's look at what's going on over there, and then we'll also look at the group standings. In Group A1, FC Taraba, they were drawn by. Then Mighty Joss and El Kanemi Warriors played out a goalless draw. Green Beret 1, EFCC 0. Gombe United 2, NAF FC 0. Sokoto United 1, Rara FC 0. Then in Group A2, we had G and K Shekarau. They defeated Kebbi United 2-1. Malum Fashi FC 2, Yobe Desert Stars 1. DMD 1, Zamfara United 0. Road Safety 1, Kogi United 0. Niger Tornadoes 2, Abubakar Bukola Saraki 0. In Group B1, Giant Brailers defeated Oshun United 1-0. Rovers lost 2-1 at home to Gorand FC. Ekiti United beat Stars 1-0, and 3SA, they've continued their impressive run. They went away and beat Van Bressa FC of Lagos 1-0. And then United 1, Dynamite Force 0, and then Nilayo FC 1 and Delta Force 0. In Group B2, this is where Bendel Insurance are Gateway United. They were drawn by in this group. Holy Arrows and Bendel Insurance, that match was halted at the 76th minute. They said because of crash trouble. Get back to what the media officer of the team, Kindes Osagede, told us. Then Abia Comet 1, Joy Comet 0. Bayelsa United 4, Crown FC 2. Godoski 1, J Atete 0. FC1 Rockets 1, Apex Crane 2. Ibom Youth 2, Remo Stars 1. That's what happened over the weekend in the Nigerian National League. That's, of course, the second tier of Nigerian League football. So let's go to the tables now, and we look at Group A1. We have El Kanemi Warriors. They've played 11 matches. They are top with 23 points. They are followed by Gombe United, who have played 9 matches, and they are on 22 points. Sokoto United are third. They've played 10 matches. They are on 16 points. Then Mighty Jets are fourth. They've played 11 matches. They are on 15 points. Green Berets are fifth. They've played 11 matches. They are on 12 points. And then FC Taraba are sixth. They've played 10 matches. They are on 12 points. EFCC are seventh. They've played 11 matches. They are on 12 points. Then NAFFC have played 11 matches. They are on 11 points too. Now the teams that are threatened by relegation, we've got Rara FC. They've played 10 matches. They are on 10 points. They are ninth on the table. Oya Sports have played 9 matches. They are on 7 points. And Aklosondi, they've not played any match, so they are not in the in this group, but they are still captured there. In Group A2, Niger Tornadoes are top here. They've played 10 matches. They are on 20 points. Second is DMDFC. They've played 10 matches. They are on 19 points. Third, Yobe Desert Stars. They've played 10 matches. They are on 16 points. Road Safety FT have played 10. They are on 15 points, and they are fourth. Malum Fashi FC have played 9. They are on 14 points. Abubakar Bukola Saraki have played 10, they are on 12 points, and Kebbi United have played 10, they are on 11 points. Now the teams threatened by relegation, Kogi United have played 10, they are on 11 points. Zamfara United have played 9, they are on 10 points, and then G&K Shekarau FC, they've played 10, they are on 10 points. So Kogi United is 8th, Zamfara United 9th, and G&K Shekarau 10th on the log. So that's what is going on in the Northern Conference. Then we come to the Southern Conference. 3SC, of course, they are the best team in the entire Nigerian National League, looking at the number of matches they've played and the number of points that they've had just one loss all season and 2 draws. They've played 13 and they have won 10. Their point 32. Second is Goran FC, who are on 23 points. So 3SC are 9 points ahead of them. Both of them have played 13 matches. Delta Force have played 13. They are on 19 points. They are third in this group. Then Dynamite Force have played 13. They are on 19 points. They are fourth. Ekiti United have played 13. They are on 18 points. Then Rovers FC have played 13. They are on 17 points. Giant Brillas have played 13. They are also on 17 points. And then Inewe United have played 13. They are on 16 points. Then FC Nlayo have played 13. They are also on 16 points. So the bottom 3 teams here are Osun United, who have played 13. They are on 15 points. Vandresa FC, this is a surprise. They've played 13. They are on 14 points. Then Stores FC have played 13. They are on 10 points. And to the Group B2, where Bendel Insurance are, Remo Stars still lead. They are on 27 points from the 14 matches that they have played. But Bendel Insurance can catch them if they win their outstanding game. Well, partly concluded outstanding game. We'll see what happens. Whether we hope that they will give the 3 points and 3 goals to Bendel Insurance if the disturbance came from the home team. Then Bendel Insurance have played 13. They are on 24 points. They are second here. Then third is Bayelsa United. They've played 14. They are on 23 points. FC1 Rockets have played 14. They are on 22 points. Crown FC have played 14. They are on 21 points. Ibom Youth FC have played 13. They are also on 21 points. Atete have played 14. They are on 20 points. Gateway have played 13. They are on 19 points. Abia Comet have played 14. They are on 18 points. And Godoski FC have played 14. They are on 16 points. Bottom 3 clubs here. Joy Comet FC, they've played 14. They are on 15 points. Apex Crane have played 14. They are on 14 points. And Holy Arrows, the bottom side, they've played 13. They are on 9 points. And they were the ones that had the game with Bendel Insurance yesterday. Unfortunately, we had that there was crowd trouble. So, according to Kehinde Osajede, that match was going on. But then in the 76th minute there was trouble. So let's read his report. It was an ugly scene at the Ole Township Stadium, Delta State, as fans of Holy Arrows encroached on the pitch in the Week 15 game with Bendel Insurance FC of Benin and forced the game to an abrupt end. The game kicked off smoothly with both sides playing good football until the 79th minute when a Holy Arrow striker collided with Insurance goalkeeper in an area contest. The home fans expected the referee to punish Insurance goalkeeper, but because the referee did not do their bidding, the fans broke through the barrier and invaded the pitch to attack the referee and match assessor. They remained uncontrollable for about an hour in spite of all entreaties by some of the home team's management staff and other lovers of the game. The attempt to attack the police, I'm sure he meant their attempts to attack was rebuffed by the police as the trouble continued. This was the height as Bendel Insurance cameraman was assaulted and his camera damaged, while pebbles and stones rained on the pitch, injuring the match assessor on his head. Wow, that's really serious. It took the efforts of the general manager of Holy Arrows and his men to calm the situation and cleverly whisked the referee out of the stadium. The game was still goalless before the unfortunate incident. Recall that Insurance defeated Holy Arrows 2-0 in their first fixture in Benin and hoped for first away win at Ole. So that is the situation. We'll see what the Nigerian National League will do about this.
But that situation was really, really ugly. Honestly, I never expected that from Rio Arus because no matter what happened, even if a smooth game was, ongoing and 76 minutes, maybe one or two things led to what happened. Even at that, there's no way you should breach and barricade the defense, and just a barricaded fence, you break it and you rush into the stadium to cause violence and all that to disrupt the match. Match assessor said injured. Come on, what if he had died? What are we talking about? This is football. You cannot take life, or you cannot.
Let's understand that this is coming from for what the NNL.
Yeah, I'm also analyzing it based on what we are getting from Bender Insurance media officer, because from the way he put it, it said that a decision did not go their way, and because of that they decided to enter the pitch and all that. But then that is really ugly, because we are trying to rebrand the league, try to put much back into the league to see how it could ensure that people get to follow us and all that, and see how they can also get sponsors. But when you are getting all this kind of reports from a venue, who would want to put his money into this kind of business? Because all you want to hear is entertaining. We see some of these things in Europe, but I think the one we normally face here is really, really ugly. Of course, sometimes you expect everything to go in your favor because you are playing at home. Yeah, I know they are bottom of the table, but that is not how to respond to issues. Last time they came to Benin, they were beaten here, 2-0 by Venezuela. So if they are expecting that they also have to beat Venezuela at their own ground, then they should have everything, because Venezuela are second on the table, and if at the end of the day we get to hear their statement, and maybe LMC, the organizers, they have to come together and see how they can resolve it. If at the end of the day it favors Venezuela 3 points and 3 goals we give it to Venezuela, and that will take them to top spot. So for me, I think what they did was really, really unprofessional, and I hope that the organizers will look into it quickly to see how they're going to finish. If they are going to ensure that they play the remaining 14 minutes elsewhere or some other time, we're going to hear from them, because a match that was halted, I think that is an uncompleted match. So let's see how it goes.
All right, we'll wait to see what happens. We'll wait to hear what the NNL will say about this. But no matter what, look, we've said it several times here on this show and on other shows. Analysts have talked about this. We all know that the officiating is not what we expect it to be. Even in English Premier League, there is questionable officiating, but how many times have you seen fans going into the pitch to confront the referee? The players there could say some things, we've heard things, and all that, but it mustn't get physical. It mustn't lead to a breakdown of law and order. You could complain, you could write protest and everything, and there are people whose job it is to review these incidents, and if they discover that, the officiating was questionable and all that, action can be taken. So please, we want to appeal. We know how painful it could be. You are watching and you feel your team deserves a penalty, they didn't get it. We know it could be really frustrating, but please do not take the loss into your hand. This one now could lead to serious sanctions for Holy Arrows. All right, let's go on this quick break. We'll be right back.
Oh yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
Are you a graduate or job seeker? Do not miss the opportunity to meet recruiters at the 4th edition of the Edo Job Fair, coming up on Tuesday, 18th of May, 2021. Time, 10 a.m. This edition is virtual and attendance is free. For registration or inquiries, please visit www.edojobs.careers/virtual job fair or call 0807-864-6487. This event is brought to you by Edo Jobs and GIZ Sky.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Welcome back to Sports Fiesta live on 92.7 KFM at Benin City. We've talked about the Nigerian Professional Football League and the Nigerian National League. Time to talk about the Nigerian Women's Football League. But we know that the winners have already emerged, so we are trying to complete the little issue of the relegation, which teams will remain in the NWFL and which teams will be going down to the championship. Well, the relegation playoff is taking place right here in Benin City at the University of Benin Sports Complex. And we had some games on match day 1. Abia Angels played against Pelican Stars. That match ended 1-1. And then while this match was on, we had that it was halted because of a heavy rain, but we heard later that the match was concluded. Ibom Angels taking on Dream Stars Ladies. As at the time that the match was halted after 21 minutes of action, remember we spoke to Oluchi Tobestuku and she told us what was going on. Ibom Angels were leading 1-0, but that match eventually ended 2-2. So Dream Stars Ladies 2, Ibom Angels 2. Then yesterday we had Ibom Angels play against Abia Angels, and Abia Angels won that encounter 1-0, while Pelican Stars beat Dream Stars Ladies 4-2. Okay, today is rest day, and tomorrow we are going to conclude this playoff series. Abia Angels will be taking on Dream Stars Ladies, and Ibom Angels will be taking on Pelican Stars. All right, so that's what we have in the Nigerian Women's Football League. And the table, as it stands now, Pelican Stars, they've played 2 matches, they've won 1, drawn 1, have not lost any. They've got 4 points, goal difference 5. Second on the log is Abia Angels. They've played 2, won 1, drawn 1. They've not lost any, goal difference 2. Their points 4. All right, then Ibom Angels have played 2, they've not won any, they've drawn 1 and lost 1. Their points 1. Dream Stars Ladies have played 2, not won any, drawn 1, lost 1. Their points 1. So as it stands right now, Pelican Stars and Abia Angels, they just need a draw in their last game, and they will be in the Nigerian Women's Football League next season. But for Ibom Angels and Dream Stars Ladies, they've got to win their last matches and then hope that other results go their way. So Abia Angels will be playing against Dream Stars Ladies, and then Ibom Angels will be taking on Pelican Stars.
Well, the way it is at the moment, if Pelican their opponents should play a draw, like
Pelican Stars and Abia Angels, they just need
a draw gives both of them 5 points,
and they're not playing themselves; they are playing against the other side. So
they are also the better side going to the games because of their pedigree, their experience. Because Pelican Stars, they are one of the traditional clubs with that rich vein of form. They won a couple of trophies, so I will be surprised if they are not able to make it in the NWFL. So far, so good. They've garnered 4 points, of which they know for them to remain in the NWFL, they just have to finish high. So a draw or a win for them would be just okay for them. But for Abia Angels, I'm sure they are also going to going to ensure safety in the top division.
Okay, but something is still happening in the NWFL Premiership playoff. We hear that the board of the Nigerian Women Football League, headed by Aisha Falede, has slammed a 2.5 million naira fine on Dream Stars Ladies Football Club of Lagos, the team's coach and founder of the club, for abandoning a league game and bringing the credibility of the NWFL Premiership League to public ridicule. These sanctions were contained in a letter written to the management of Dream Stars Ladies Football Club and signed by the Chief Operating Officer of the NWFL, Mudupe Shabi. It reads, the board of the Nigerian Women Football League frowned at the unruly behavior of Dream Stars Ladies FC of Lagos in match number 4 of the ongoing 2020-2021 NWFL Premiership playoff played on Monday 9th 2021 at the University of Benin Sports Complex. Consequently, the following sanctions are hereby imposed on the club. Dreamstars Ladies FC have been fined the sum of 1,500,000 naira for abandoning the above named match in the 88th minute of play. The club is also fined an additional sum of 1 million naira for the unruly behavior of the head coach, Mr. Sharif Tajuddin, and the founder of Dreamstars Ladies FC, Mr. Abdulrahman Abolore, for bringing the credibility of the league to public ridicule. In addition, the head coach of Dreamstars FC, Sharif Tajuddin, is hereby suspended indefinitely from all NWFL organized competitions with immediate effect for bringing the game to disrepute. So that was the sanctions that were meted out to Dreamstar Ladies, and their game against Pelican Stars, they lost that game 4-2. So the match was abandoned in the 85th minute. Maybe they felt, okay, there's no way they were going to win this, and
well, they should have completed the game. Whether you are going to, you stand a chance of.
That's what we're saying. You complete the game, then complain later. You can lay your complaint to be listened to.
How would you abandon the game? How do you feel? How do you think the fans will feel? How do you think the organizers will feel when you abandon the game? Just finish. Even if they are beating you 6-0, I know there's no way you can come back. Just finish the game. That's how it is. It's
at least that way you escape sanctions, no matter what happens. Now you still lost the game, and you have to pay 2.5 million, and
that's huge.
You might even be kicked out of the league entirely if you fail to comply. So it's not first, just complete the game, do whatever you have to do. You can complain later, but just ensure that at least the game is completed. Okay, we've got to speed things up now and move on to Europe. Okay, we told you Bayern Munich, congratulations to them, they have been crowned champions. Not the best of seasons for them. Couldn't win the UEFA Champions League, could not retain it. In fact, all this while it's been only Real Madrid who has been able to retain the UEFA Champions League since it became the UEFA Champions League, this current format, in 1992. Real Madrid are the only club that have successfully retained it. In fact, they did it
back to back
twice consecutively. After winning it, they won it again and won it again. But on Bayern Munich, they won it in 2020, but we know that they were unable to retain it because it's Chelsea versus Manchester City in the final. However, they have kind of made amends by winning the German Bundesliga title. So Hansi Flick is leaving them with at least the title of being champions in England.
Yeah, he has won a couple since he joined them. So that's one trophy that whoever comes to Bayern will have to win so many times because of the dominance display they've had, over the years. But then I think they won the Bundesliga before even kicking the ball, because Borussia Dortmund defeated RB Leipzig 3-2 before Bayern's match was played. But what a way to celebrate the win with a 6-0 victory, and Robert Lewandowski scoring from.
No, they still had to win. They still have to win their game because there are, they still have to win to be absolutely sure. Although when you look at their goal difference and everything, because RB Leipzig on 64 points, and their win yesterday took them to 74 points, right? So it's now 10 points ahead of RB Leipzig, and there are 2 matches to go. Okay, 6 will have been still basically impossible for RB Leipzig to catch them. So, there are 18 teams in the German Bundesliga, so they play 34 matches instead of 38, as you usually have in the other leagues. So, Bayern Munich on 74 points from 32 matches, then RB Leipzig on 64 points from 32 matches. So, that's the difference of 10 points. And even if RB Leipzig win their remaining 2 matches and Bayern Munich lose, there's no way they can catch them. So Bayern Munich are champions.
Yeah, good one for them. 6-0 over Borussia Mönchengladbach. That was a huge beating. Kingsley Coman also on the score sheet, Thomas Muller, as well as Leroy Sané also on the score sheet. So it was a free scoring victory for them. So they deserve to win this. But let's see how they will go to the continent and see how they can react after crashing out this season. So for me, they are a strong side to go. So Julian Nagelsmann has a lot to put to ensure that he also joins the club of coaches that have won them the Champions League. But when it comes to the Bundesliga, I don't think Nagelsmann will have a problem. But I'm sure he's also going to reshuffle the team, get some players to also bond well with the ones that are having right now. Because
well, if they get Erling Braut Haaland.
If they're able to get Erling Braut Haaland, come on, forget it. I think they'll win the Champions League again. That's a sure bet. Because right now, I don't think if Lewandowski will stay with them, because I hear that
there are talks that he wants to leave, and some clubs are interested.
So he has paid his dues. He has done well. So if he leaves Bayern right now, I think it is when the question is largest. So I wish him all the best. But Bayern, I think they are still a team to be wary of.
Okay, so Bayern Munich 74 points, RB Leipzig 64 points, Wolfsburg on 60 points, they are fourth, and Borussia Dortmund on 54 points, fourth. These are the Champions League places. The clubs that will be relegated automatically are the last two, and I think these clubs are gone already. Okay, Schalke 04 definitely gone. They have 13 points from their 31 matches, so they've got 3 matches left, maximum of 9 points. They are gone. FC Cologne are on 29 points. They can still survive depending on how the results go. Then Arminia Bielefeld, they are 16 on the table. You know, the way it happens is the bottom two will be relegated automatically. The team that finishes 16th will have to go through a playoff with the team that finishes third in the Bundesliga 2. Yeah, so that's how we'll get the third team in that will gain. So it's either Arminia Bielefeld, if they are the ones that will finish third, they'll finish 16th. That's third from bottom at the end of the day. Then they would remain. That's if they win that playoff. But if not, then they will be relegated, and the team that is coming from Bundesliga 2 will join the Bundesliga. All right, from the German Bundesliga, let's go to the English Premier League. Well, so many stories. One, of course, Manchester City unable to celebrate. They were beaten 2-1 by Chelsea at the Etihad. Pep Guardiola was livid, talked about a penalty that he thought should have been given for a tackle on Raheem Sterling by Kurt Zouma. It wasn't given, and then there was a penalty in the first half that was given to them, although Chelsea felt it should not have been given as a penalty. And then Sergio Aguero attempted the Panenka. You know that Panenka, when it goes in, you feel, this player is fantastic and all that. But when it doesn't go in, it makes you start questioning you say all sort of things. You say the player is unserious and all of that. And even Kun Aguero has apologized to fans of Manchester City. And he knows that if he had scored, he would have equaled the most goals scored for a single club by a player, when Rooney's record. But fortunately for him, he went for the Panenka. It didn't quite come out the way he wanted. And Chelsea got back in the game, got the equalizer, and even got the winning goal late on. And so they kept Manchester City waiting. But Manchester City could still have been champions if Aston Villa had beaten Manchester United. But Manchester United, the way they've done all season, even though they went a goal down, they came back and they won that encounter 3-1.
Well, really good that the celebrations are still on hold because Chelsea, well, they still have one more chance to meet, so make it tries this season. So having lost to Chelsea in the FA Cup final, one would expect Manchester City to react, in a positive way, and also just to see the title. But playing against Chelsea, since appointing Thomas Tuchel, have been a rebranded club, so to speak, and right now they are a club to be scared of. Talking about the Blues, and they just came out second. Even there was a save that the goalkeeper drew from against the edge. I think that was in the first half. But by the time the second shot came from the same left foot, there was no answer to that. And that the way the build up to the goal was really beautiful, and especially the Alonso's goal, I was like, wow, what kind of finishing is this? Though it looked like it was the childish ball, so to speak. But the way he went into the net, I was like, wow, because there was no force to it with the way Timo Werner squared for him. So I would. But then, not the same, it was a vintage performance from Chelsea, honestly, because each time they step onto the pitch, I think they just go out there to get what they wanted. Since they were beaten by West Bromwich Albion, I understand that, yes, Thomas Tuchel and the guys weren't really happy on that day. Since then, they've tried to lock. There was a block by Zuma, which I really appreciated him for. There was one block that he made, it could have been a goal. So, for them to have been able to come back from 2-1 down, then it was great for Chelsea. But the final hurdle, the final game of the season between these two sides still remains the Champions League final. So let's see. But for me, if Chelsea wins that game, I think Guardiola might be sacked, honestly, because the owners will not allow what happened the last time to happen.
Guardiola will be sacked. Why will anybody sack Guardiola?
If I were to be the owners of Chelsea,
why will you sack them for losing the Champions League final?
Yes, losing the FA Cup final and also losing
the FA Cup final. They didn't get to the final. They lost in the semi-final.
Okay, so to Chelsea.
Oh, you mean losing to the same team because they lost to the same team?
Twice, yeah.
Come on.
If I were, that's
come on.
My own opinion, though.
No, that owner, the owner that will sack Pep Guardiola, based on the season that he's had, if he loses the Champions League final, that owner will not be a serious owner. I mean, who else will you get? Who will you bring that will make Manchester City better just because he lost the Champions League final? No, come on. He has already won the Europa League. He's on the verge of winning the Premier League. These are huge trophies. These are major trophies. So a manager wins 2 major trophies in a season, and then you say, well, we've seen it happen. We've seen Real Madrid. You win the Champions League and you are sacked. I've seen it, but any manager, any owner that does that, especially with somebody of the profile of Pep Guardiola, then we'll have to seriously question what you're doing. Except maybe Pep Guardiola will feel, okay, I've had enough. Time for me to go. 5 years. This is the longest I've been at any club. Even Barcelona, that is in my blood. I did not spend this long with them. Fine, no problem. But to say they will sack him for, it's the final. Anything can happen. Bayern Munich lost the final to Chelsea in 2012 with Jupp Heynckes. They left Jupp Heynckes. What happened the next season? Jupp Heynckes went on to win the treble. So if they sack him, then they don't know what they are doing. Okay, as I said, many talking points. Another one was that West Bromwich Albion have been relegated. Sam Allardyce going down for the first time in his career. I think he knew that it was going to be a very, very difficult task, but he took it anyway. But Arsenal defeated them yesterday, so they are now, it's confirmed, it's official, they are relegated from the English Premier League. West Bromwich Albion on 26 points from 35 matches, so they can't really stay up anymore. Okay.
But if they can get their players together, I'm sure they can also get the tickets back next season.
I mean, Norwich went down and now they are back.
They kept their players.
Watford took a couple of seasons, but Watford. When did Watford go down?
Wasn't on the last 2 seasons.
No.
Last season they were not.
No. Last they were there. They beat. Was it not Watford? Who won this? Watford went down last season and they are back immediately. Watford. It was Watford that beat Liverpool 3-0 now.
Yeah,
remember? Yeah. So they are back. They are back immediately. Ismail Assar is even still with them. Success Isaac even scored. He scored after a long while.
He scored a wonder goal. At last.
He scores goals like that even under 17. I've said it several times here that he's one player that I'm sad did not really live up to his expectation, because that boy is super talented. I even rated him higher than Kelechi Iheanacho when they were at under 17, but he got injured in the match we played against Sweden, and so he missed the rest of the tournament. Okay, still so much to talk about. We'll just quickly skip through these things because in the evening we'll still talk about. We have 1 hour to discuss football on Balls of Fire. So the French Ligue 1, Paris Saint-Germain, since they will not win the Ligue 1 title this season, because after 36 matches now, they are 3 points behind Lille. There are 2 matches to go, so they must win their remaining 2 matches and hope that Lille drops points. In Italy, well, we know that there is a new champion, Inter Milan, but for Juventus, not only have they lost their title, they are ending the season with a whimper because they were beaten 3-0 by AC Milan, so they are now even out of the Champions League places. They are 5th on the table. Cristiano Ronaldo is still there. We don't know what's going on with Juventus. But Fikayo Tomori, who's on loan from Chelsea, is doing great stuff. He even scored yesterday against Juventus. Okay, so we'll come back to football if we have time. But let's quickly look at other sports. In boxing, well, this big fight, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders. You'll be tempted to say both fighters are beaten in their career, but no. Saul Canelo Alvarez was actually beaten in 2013 by the one and only Floyd Mayweather Jr. But that was a long time ago, and Canelo is now an absolute beast. Fought against Billy Joe Saunders yesterday over the weekend, and it was an 8-round stoppage for Saul Canelo Alvarez. So he has now unified the super middleweight division. He has all the belts there.
Yeah, he's the one that touted to be the winner of that match. But though I said it's going to go either way because boxing, a punch can change everything about your preparation. But all the same, he has all it takes to last long in the ring. He could go a distance with anybody. So I've seen that with Alvarez, over time, and yesterday he proved that. But it didn't allow him to get to the 12th round. It was a knockout from him. Beating Billy Joe Saunders, that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. But I think Joe Saunders has what it takes to also remain in the division and also prove again that yes, he could go on. But for Alvarez, well, he's in the shots right now. He has taken a shot at the division, so I'm sure people will have to have a go at him because he's a big dog at the moment. So having unified the division, I've won all the events there. I think he's the one to look out for at the moment. So it was a huge fight, but 8th round, I think that was a bit okay for the fans who came to enjoy that fight.
So Saul Canelo Alvarez, it was a punch at the end of round 8, and when he hit that, he raised his hand up because he knew that he had got Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders is known for his evasiveness in the ring, but Canelo Alvarez, past master of his art, was able to catch up with him and then landed that vicious right hook to the cheek of Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders was crouching to avoid the shot, and wow, when he cracked him with that, he knew that he had broken the cheek of Billy Joe, and then he raised his hands, went back to his corner, and when the 9th round was to start, the trainer of Billy Joe Saunders had to call it off because he could tell that his boxer was badly hurt and he couldn't see out of his eye. That was why that fight was called off. So congratulations to Saul Canelo Alvarez. All right, let's go to the tracks now, and we'll look at what happened in Formula One. And at the Spanish Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes won. Second was Max Verstappen of Red Bull, and Valtteri Bottas of Mercedes was third. These three guys have just been it this season, but the biggest winners have been Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. We've had 4 races now. Lewis Hamilton has won 3 of them and has been second in 1, while Max Verstappen has won 1 and has been second in 3. So right now, Lewis Hamilton finally having some breathing space. He's 14 points clear of Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton started on pole, but Max Verstappen was able to overtake him in the very first turn. But much later in the game, the wonderful strategy, the composure under pressure of Lewis Hamilton, and the strategy that was adopted by Mercedes really helped him to win. Mercedes, they wanted to do a one-stop strategy before, but when they saw how the race was going, they brought Lewis Hamilton back to change his tires. So it was now a 2-pit stop for him. And the moment he changed his tires, he was able to get on, and he attacked Max Verstappen, overtook him and everything. Then Max Verstappen too, who wanted to do one stop, saying that Lewis Hamilton, because of his fresher tires, had overtaken him, was also now forced to stop a second time. Well, it didn't quite help him, but at least it enabled him to set the fastest lap, and so he got an extra point for that. So that was how that race ended. Lewis Hamilton winning, Max Verstappen second, and Valtteri Bottas third.
He's the king of the circuit, no doubt about that. And now that he has also extended his lead at the top of the standings, I think all he needs to do is to continue to give his best in all the races that he's going to face this season. Talking about Lewis Hamilton, and at the end of the day, he's just going to be the champion. Yes, there are going to be situations whereby it could be difficult, or maybe the others are trying to close him, especially Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen. Then not forgetting Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. But at the end of the day, he's still going to stand tall because he knows how to face difficult situations and also come out of it. So Lewis is the man of the moment, and I'm sure that the confidence he gets from every race, makes him the kind of person he is. So driving a supercar and being a super driver just gives you a super result.
So Lewis Hamilton on 94 points, he's top of the pile, followed by Max Verstappen on 80. So 14 points cushion for Lewis Hamilton. It means now that he knows he can afford to lose one race, and maybe he will still, but he has to try and finish in a very good position, because if maybe the next race now, which is the Monaco Grand Prix, they say is the most prestigious race in the Formula 1 calendar, everybody wants to win that race. If Max Verstappen wins, he gets 25 points, and if Lewis Hamilton fails to get anything, it will mean that his 14 points is gone. So if he finishes at least second or third, then he will still be able to keep his lead. So he knows now that he's got some comfort. Third is Valtteri Bottas, who is on 47 points, and fourth is Lando Norris on 41 points, and Charles Leclerc is on 40 points. Right, from Formula 1, we go to tennis, and we look at the Madrid Open. On Saturday, we had the women's final. Aryna Sabalenka, she was able to shock Ashley Barty as she won this encounter 6-love, 3-6, 6-4. That is
that was a beautiful performance from her, and she was beaten by the same Barty 2 weeks ago in Stuttgart, but it was a perfect revenge for Sabalenka, who gave Ashley Barty, a 6-love lead in the first set, and that was the first time that Ashley was losing the first set without winning a game. So, and I think that was 4 years since the last 4 years. So for me, it was a really tough game between two strong sides. Honestly, the world number one beaten by Aryna Sabalenka. Where the Belarusian is strong, and she has faced strong opponents. So for me, I think that was a fantastic performance from her. Honestly, she did well to win the Madrid Open. So that was a tough one from her. But also the other side, the men's singles, I expected that, having beaten the Dominic Thiem and also Rafael Nadal and route to the final. Maybe that was just an opportunity for him to win. So for the German, Alex Zverev winning the men's singles, I wasn't really surprised because he beats Matteo Berrettini. But Berrettini,
he lost the first set 6-7, but came back 6-4, 6-3 to win. So congratulations to Alexander Zverev for winning the Madrid Open. And for Zverev, and Nadal, he's been able to, I think the last 3 meetings with Nadal now, he has won those. So let's see, maybe finally he knows how to play against the great Rafael Nadal. All right, let's quickly go to basketball. We'll just look at the results. Okay,
the basketball results. Quickly, Miami Heat, we are winners over Boston Celtics. That they won that game 130-24 points. New York Knicks took on LA Clippers, and it was the Knicks that won 106-100 points. New Orleans Pelicans defeated Charlotte Hornets 112-110 points, while Dallas Mavericks we are winners over Cleveland Cavaliers 124 points to 97. Minnesota Timberwolves defeated Orlando Magic 128 points to 96, while Chicago Bulls beat Detroit Pistons 108-96 points. Phoenix Suns took on LA Lakers. This time, the Lakers were on the winning side 123 points to 110, while Oklahoma City Thunder were beaten by Sacramento Kings 98 points to 126 points. So that was what went down in the NBA early hours of today. So quickly, what to expect tomorrow morning? Indiana Pacers will take on Cleveland Cavaliers, Washington Wizards versus Atlanta Hawks, New Orleans Pelicans will take on Memphis Grizzlies, Milwaukee Bucks versus San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz will be at Golden State Warriors, while Houston Rockets will face Portland Trail Blazers.
Okay, let's just quickly give you this one. A game one jersey belonging to Michael Jordan from his second season at the University of North Carolina has been sold for a record $1.38 million. They sold that jersey on Saturday. I wonder these people, where do they get this money? It's not going to be the person that bought it, the collector. He's not going to wear it. So just frame it and keep it. So okay, so it is the only known shirt photo match on the basketball legends 1982-1983 season with the Tar Heels. It sold for more than 3 times the previous record for a Jordan jersey. So wonderful that we're having this. One of his jerseys, which was sold in his 3rd season and of Chicago Bulls, 1986-1987, it was sold last year for $480,000. And we know that from the University of North Carolina, Jordan was taken as the 3rd pick in the 1984 NBA draft. Guess who was number 1 the year that Jordan was selected as number 3? Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, Houston Rockets picked him as their number 1 pick. Okay, so that's what happened in the world of basketball. Now for golf, we've got to say congratulations to Rory McIlroy. Has won his first title in a long while. He was able to win the Wells Fargo championship. He finished 10 under, so congratulations to Rory McIlroy. Guys, sorry, will not be able to. Let me see how many minutes have we got. Can we take any text message? No, we'll not be able to. So time for us to blow the final whistle on this edition of the show. When we come in the evening, I promise you, we will take your text messages.
It has been looking difficult for a while, and we haven't taken our chance to give ourselves a better opportunity of staying up. I think these players should be fighting to stay out of it. They have performed well enough, but our capabilities of scoring have deserted us. It's a disappointing night, but we have to take it on the chin. It is not as painful for me as it is for the club or players. It is painful. I wanted it for the club and players more than me, but it hasn't happened. Everyone has to accept it and recover quickly. West Bromwich Albion manager Sam Allardyce speaking after the Baggies were relegated from the Premier League following the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal on Sunday. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
That's our package. You know, when you hear that, it is time for us to leave. But don't worry, we'll be back at 4 p.m. This time we'll be talking football only on the show that we call Balls of Fire. Thank you very much for listening to us. My name is Salih Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Cadabra, and I've been doing this with Ego Saigbekan, the Sports Maestro.